So today we're going to be talking about how you can start creating the fragrance collection that you love. Hey beautiful people, it's your girl Tara Marie and I am back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about how to create or start a fragrance collection. I've been seeing a lot of questions like on social media and like different people that are just now getting into fragrance, and they're asking like, where do I start? How do I start my collection? I know a lot of people see, people on social media, and we may have like hundreds of fragrance bottles, but people are like, I don't know where to start. One, I don't have the money to buy hundreds and hundreds of fragrance bottles. And then two, I don't even know what type of fragrance I like to begin with. The first tip that I would say is to figure out what type of scent profile you like. You guys, there's so many different scent profiles out there. What I will say is there is 4 first category scent profiles, and then those profiles break down into more intricate profiles. Floral, wood, amber, and fresh. Those are the first basic scent profiles. If you say, okay, I don't like fresh fragrances, okay, I don't like floral fragrances, okay, I think I like amber, I think I like woody, then you can move to that, right? So then now you can identify fragrances that have a woody note, that have an amber note. However, all of those 4 can break down into like fruity florals, sweet wood, soft woody, or rich woody, powdery floral. Like if you like florals, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna like a powdery floral. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna like a fruity floral. You may like a sweet floral. You may like a soft floral. So all of these things break down, but it's gonna be very hard for you to start a collection if you don't know what type of fragrances you like. The next thing that I would suggest is identifying what you need the fragrance for. In my collection, I have everyday fragrances, I have date night fragrances, I have bedtime fragrances, I have special event fragrances. So my suggestion would be to start with your everyday fragrance. What is a fragrance that you can wear every day that can kind of get you started and moving into fragrances? Some of those fragrances in my collection that I would consider my everyday fragrances are things that are not super loud. They may project, but they're not going to like stop the show, right? So they're gonna be things that smell really good. They're probably gonna be like softer. They're not gonna be as sweet. It's not gonna be as heavy. Some of my fragrance recommendations for that category of an everyday fragrance would be things like Jo Malone English Pear and Fresa, Marc Jacobs Perfect. I feel like it's the perfect fragrance for every day. Jimmy Choo, I Want Choo. These 3 are my recommendations for like an everyday fragrance. My next recommendation is if your money and finances permit it, then I would say the next thing to buy would be a going out fragrance. I'm wearing when I go out with my girls, I'm wearing on a date night, anytime I'm going somewhere like to the movies or out to dinner, this is what I'm reaching for. A couple of my suggestions for going out fragrances would be Valentino Born in Roma, a dupe for MFK Gentle Fluidity Gold, which is Juliana's Perfume Liquid Gold, Guerlain Intense. I honestly am not sure if they sell this anymore because I bought this a long time ago. I always feel like if you're gonna wear a perfume like at night or if you're gonna go out, you want it to be something that is memorable. So you don't want it to be something that's just like basic or normal, or it's like, oh, it's just a fresh fragrance. I would think like your everyday fragrance would be more fresh, but your going out would have more of like a heavier note to it because you're gonna remember it, it's gonna last longer, you're gonna feel sexy in it. So I definitely feel like the next thing on the agenda should be a going out fragrance. After you've invested in your everyday fragrance and your going out fragrance, I would say the next thing for you to get is a special occasion fragrance. So this should be a fragrance that you're not reaching for all the time. It's something that is memorable. It's not something that's like super basic, if that makes sense. It has like some touch of specialty to the note. So it isn't something that I would think could be a signature fragrance. It would be something that you don't want to smell like every day. So it may be a little sweeter, it may be a little warmer, it may be a little bit more sultry, it may have like spicy and woody and heavier notes. If you're normally somebody that goes for the soft and airy notes, this may be something that's a little bit different from your go-to scent profile. So some of those things which I have worn for special occasions. Now let me go ahead and preface this with, if I am going to an event or a special occasion, most likely I'm gonna buy a new fragrance. Let me just tell you that. Most likely I'm just gonna buy a new one, just because I feel like fragrances hold memories, and so I just want to remember the first time that I wore the fragrance. But if I was just starting my collection, I would get something that I still loved, but that I don't reach for as often. It may be a little bit more pricier. It may be a little bit more heavier. So some of those fragrances that I would suggest would be Kilian Love Don't Be Shy. Now I know a lot of people wear this as a everyday, as a signature scent, and honestly, I don't know how they do it. It's so heavy and it projects so much. It smells good though, but it just projects a lot. The Kayali Deja Vu is Giorgio Armani's C. This is actually one of the ones that I cannot wait to pull out for fall. This is like one of my most loved fall fragrances. It reminds me of like peacoats and boots and turtlenecks. This is what this reminds me of, because it's very warm, it's very sensual, it's very mature. It's like the girl that walks around with a Gucci bag, Chanel bag, she wears this. This is also another suggestion that I would think to wear for a special occasion. Okay, so the last category that I would suggest you buying a fragrance for is a bed fragrance. A lot of people don't wear fragrances to bed. I do. Wearing fragrances to bed just make you feel good. They make you feel sexy, all those other good things, right? Kayali Vanilla, I wear the majority of the time to bed. One of the bedtime fragrances that I bought, which is actually literally a fragrance designed to wear to bed. I'm sure people wear it out, but it's literally made for you to sleep in. And that is the Coco Mademoiselle Leo Preve Kayali Musk 12. So these are just two of my recommendations that I would suggest wearing for a bedtime fragrance. And my last tip is buy what you like. Wear what you like. If you like it, invest in it. I definitely think fragrances are an investment. If you can find one really, really good fragrance that you love, that you have connected with, that you're willing to wear every day, start with that. And then slowly and gradually build your collection. I think if you're just starting out, getting fragrances that you love, that you're gonna be willing to wear, that is gonna help you figure out what direction you wanna go within your fragrances and what kind of collection you wanna try to have. Many times, like, people have fragrances that they either never touch, never wear, somebody bought them or they bought themselves and then they're like, I don't like it, or they smelled it in the store, then they came back home and they're like, I don't like this. After it settled on my skin, I think I made a mistake. So do not keep a fragrance that you do not like. If you don't like it and you cannot make it work, take it back. Don't have fragrances that you don't like sitting in your collection. Now, let me say this. I do have some fragrances in my collection that I am not completely fond of, but that is because I do content. If you are not a content creator, if you're not just a fragrance collector, do not feel like you have to keep fragrances that you do not like. If you don't like it, if it doesn't work well with your body chemistry, take it back. Do not waste your money on fragrances that you're not gonna wear, honey. Fragrances are too expensive now. They cost a lot of money when you put all of those dollars together, okay? If you're not gonna wear it, if you don't like it, take it back to the store. Those categories that I've listed are the ones that I think you can start buying fragrances to fill. Don't feel pressure to have 1,000,001 fragrances. I know plenty of women and men that have signature fragrances and they only wear that fragrance. I think if it smells good, it smells good. If you like it, that's okay. I don't think you have to spend $1 million. Now, if you're a collector and you just want to try different fragrances, by all means, buy all the fragrances in the world that you want to buy. But I just don't think you have to spend a ton of money. There's also a lot of dupe houses. If you all want to know about some of like the dupe houses that I bought from and fragrance recommendations, definitely let me know in the comments. I feel like a lot of people feel like they have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on fragrances, but they really don't. I think fragrances are personal, and it's what you make it and what you like and what is attractive to you. I don't think that we should be really buying fragrances for other people, but whatever. That is a story for another day. But I think that we should not just be buying fragrances because someone else likes it. We should definitely buy fragrances because we like it and it makes us feel happy and it makes us feel calm and it puts us in a good mood. Because fragrances should be mood boosters. It should evoke a memory when we wear it. So definitely write down in the comments below what fragrance evokes a memory of a special time for you. What is your everyday fragrance? What's your going out date night fragrance? What is your bedtime or special occasion fragrance? Definitely list that in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and like the channel before you leave. Don't forget to be beautiful inside and out, and I will see you in the next video.
Got a vision for my life and I can't ignore it. Shit don't happen overnight.